welcome to The Buzz, Waynesburg University's only news and entertainment show. I'm your host, Lachlan Loudon, and alongside me I have Bryant Bauer and Rebecca Vaughn to discuss and inform about the release of Kanye's new religious-themed album and Hollywood's most recent engagement of a near 40-year age difference. Stay tuned for all of that here on The Buzz.
I didn't realize what a fine line it is between social drinking and a problem. I hadn't even noticed what was happening, and then he was gone. Hi, honey. He's gone.
Kanye West, husband, father, and Donald Trump's favorite musician, announced this fall that he will be strictly switching to gospel music. His upcoming album, Jesus is King, is his 9th studio album, and is finally, and hopefully, coming out Friday after 2 missed release dates last month. His concert film, also titled Jesus is King, will be coming out on October 25th, the same day. Now, Bryant Bauer, what do you have to say about this?
This is a long-awaited album. I will tell you straight up, I'm a big Kanye West fan, and I was very disappointed when we missed the September 27th release date, which was on the 1-year anniversary of Yandhi, which was supposed to come out. It never did. Kanye just disappoints me, and I hope he doesn't this time. But he's had a lot of controversy lately. His name's been everywhere. He almost quit the rap genre in a report. He said it was the devil's music, which I don't know if I agree with that. You know, it's really hard to stay a Kanye West fan in this day and age with everything he's done. But West's new album is set to come out alongside a movie titled the same name, like Lachlan said, Jesus is King. It's supposed to document the album-making process along with his Sunday service performances, which were gospel-infused, of many West's most popular songs, like Jesus Walks, and many hits off of 808s and Heartbreaks. Jesus is King is supposed to, or is categorized under Christian hip-hop. Whether we get that or not, I'm not sure. There's been reports that this album is very explicit, and then there's been reports that this album has no swearing at all. So I guess we'll see where it takes us, but nevertheless, I'm excited if it comes out.
Well, 65-year-old movie star Dennis Quaid will be marrying a 26-year-old PhD student after last week's engagement. This upcoming marriage is shocking to some due to the 39-year age gap. Quaid is an old pro at this, as this will be Quaid's 4th marriage. Now, Rebecca has more on this.
Dennis Quaid, an American actor known for his roles in The Parent Trap and the 2019 film The Intruder, just announced his engagement to his girlfriend, Laura Sovey. The suspicious part, Sovey looks similar to the bride-to-be in The Parent Trap, and is the same age as well. Quaid, 65, asked Sovey, 26, to ask her to marry him during a selfie she was taking while on the very northmost point of Oahu at Turtle Bay. The proposal in Hawaii came to promote Quaid's upcoming movie, Midway, which is being filmed in Hawaii. One of Quaid's ex-fiancées, Leah Thompson, was clearly not in approval of the age difference when she made the comment that Sovey was -10 when she got engaged to Quaid. The two never got married, though. This is the 4th time Quaid has been engaged. All previous engagements ended in divorce in 1983, 1991, and then again in 2018. This will be Sovey's 1st marriage, even though she was previously dating actor Jeremy Piven. Sovey is working on her PhD at the University of Texas and was stunned when Quaid asked her to marry him. It is said that she actually fell down during the request of the marriage. More coming up after the break.
Rough day, huh? Hey, rough day, huh?
Maybe this will make you feel better. I made some apple fritters. Welcome home.
Thank you. I really needed this today.
New trailer for the upcoming movie Line of Duty was released Tuesday and is getting both good and bad responses. An action-packed trailer with the same title as the British television show features a rogue cop, Aaron Eckhart, going through thrilling tasks while featuring a liberal amount of loud noises, explosions, and more. Bryant has more.
Yeah, so I think it's straight to DVD and streaming movie starring Aaron Eckhart, Line of Duty. Tells the story of a police officer who has to save the police chief's captive child from being killed while fighting and combating, it looks like from the trailer, terrorists who are deterring him from his goal. All the while, a teenage influencer is following him and live streaming everything he does. So, I mean, I haven't seen much about the movie. I haven't seen much anticipation about the movie. But, I mean, it doesn't look bad for a cop drama that's going straight to streaming. I'm a fan of Aaron Eckhart. He's a good actor. I liked what he did as Two-Face in The Dark Knight. But moving on from Aaron Eckhart, I could talk all day about him. The movie's being directed by Stephen C. Miller, who's directed a various amount of other cop dramas such as First Kill, Arsenal, and Marauders. And then it's written by Jeremy Drysdale. And this is his first film writing credit. The only other writing credit he has is for the video game Battlefield 2. So I'm curious to see how this one plays out.
Well, Coldplay will be releasing their 8th album on November 22nd. Half of this double album will be called Sunrise, and the other half called Sunset. After cryptic posters and hints placed around the world, the band has finally announced the confirmation of this upcoming album. Rebecca has more.
The band Coldplay has announced the release of their new album, but they're being secretive about it, to say the least. From cryptic posters being spotted in cities such as Berlin, Hong Kong, and Sydney, to postcards being sent out to fans, the band seemed to want to have fun with the announcement of this album. The posters that are appearing without warning show the band sitting with a German philosopher Nietzsche holding a saxophone. The postcards that fans received include the name of the album, the dates of its release, and how the album will be split up. Coldplay confirmed the release of a double album coming out on November 22nd. The LP will have 2 parts, one being entitled Sunrise and the other Sunset. The name of the full album will be called Everyday Life. The first part of the album could possibly be a more experimental side of Coldplay, and the second part would be more mainstream. They also might go on tour in 2020 when the second half of the album is ready to come out. Coldplay hasn't released an album since 2015, when they came out with A Head Full of Dreams.
We're going to take a short break here. When we come back, stay tuned. We will have our commentary section, our tweet of the week, and finally our discussion where we'll dissect all of these topics that we're talking about here. You're watching The Buzz.
There are little things that you can do to help you when you're driving a car, but the one thing that you shouldn't do when driving a car is texting and driving. In fact, at any given time throughout the day, approximately 660,000 drivers are attempting to use their phones while behind the wheel of an automobile. And 11 teens die every day as a result of texting while driving. According to the National Safety Council, 25% of all automobile crashes are related to cell phone use. Don't text and drive.
Twitter is a wonderful place where pretty much everything and anything is talked about. Here for the tweet of the week for The Buzz, I would like to share a tweet from Ruben A. Campos, the pilot for WPXI's Chopper 11 helicopter, showing a beautiful photograph of Point State Park in downtown Pittsburgh, captioned, "Another point of view," truly pointing out the beautiful city of Pittsburgh, which is my hometown, actually, and from a bird's eye perspective at that. And then we have Rebecca and Bryant here to share their tweets of the week.
My tweet of the week is a little more laid back. My tweet comes from an account called Mrs._Campfire. It's just a happy fun fact for some smiles. The tweet says, "Today's wholesome fun fact. A group of zebras is called a dazzle."
I mean, that one's tough to beat, honestly. My tweet of the week comes from the official Star Wars Twitter account. I know I'm nerding out a little bit. It's the saga ends, but the story lives forever, along with their final trailer release of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
We're going to take a short break here, but when we come back, we will give our opinions on the topics we talked about at the beginning, and then we will talk about some recent entertainment news, whatever's on our minds in our commentary section. We'll be right back. You're watching The Buzz.
There's one sound in the morning that everyone hates. But it brings you to one of the most important decisions of your day. Breakfast. Some will decide to skip it, but studies show that eating breakfast to start off your day can help improve your memory and increase test scores.
I got a 35 out of 100. Another failed test.
And it can also help keep you awake and focused throughout the day. So when you wake up and have that important decision to make, the choice should be clear. Remember to eat breakfast each and every morning.
Can't wait to have a great start to this day.
Welcome back to The Buzz. This is our commentary section where we give our honest opinions. Currently on my mind, if on Monday Night Football, if you were watching, the Star Wars trailer for Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, was released. And honestly, I wasn't that impressed. I love Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I'm not entirely sure if I like this trailer or not. It seems like the movie's going to be very simplified. It's not going to do anything risky, anything like The Last Jedi did, anything that would probably deter our expectations. I feel everyone's going to end up happy in the end. Based on what I saw, I wasn't as impressed. I'm very excited for the movie, though. I will be there opening weekend watching the movie. I am extremely excited for this. However, I'm not quite sure if that trailer was exactly what I was hoping for. So, Rebecca, what's on your mind?
Well, with Coldplay's new album coming out and how they're doing all of these cryptic posters and sending things out to fans, it seems as if they are copying a few other bands that have been doing similar things in the past. A band, 21 Pilots, just last year came out with one of their new albums called Trench. And to announce it, they were posting on a website all these cryptic messages that the fans had to decipher to find what the album's going to be about, when things are going to be released. And with their shows, they do a bunch of crazy pyrotechnics, things are blowing up. And there was a joke going around that the band The Chainsmokers was going to be touring with them, but that never happened. So with The Chainsmokers now coming out with their next album, they seem to be copying what 21 Pilots did. Their themes are the same. The stuff they're doing in the shows are surprisingly similar. And now with Coldplay doing the same thing with all the cryptic messages, is this going to be a new thing that all bands are doing? Or did they notice that one band succeeded at it and they want to succeed with it too?
I'm going to switch back to what Lachlan was talking about, the new Star Wars trailer, just real quick. I agree that the trailer was lackluster. I don't really know how I feel about the movie, but I don't agree with it being simplified because what J.J. Abrams has said is that he is trying to wrap up all 8 movies into this one. So I think there's going to be a lot that we're going to see into this movie. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I mean, obviously, I think they should have waited to show us that Emperor Palpatine was back. But, I mean, that's not my decision. I'm just excited to see what's going to happen with it.
Right, absolutely. I do agree with that. We're going to take a short break here. When we come back, we will close with our discussion segment where we'll talk about everything, bring everything together, and open the floor for discussion. You're watching The Buzz.
Achoo! Thanks.
New Christian album. So Kanye West releasing his gospel album. He's actually following through with it. So Brian, I know, and Rebecca, you guys, what are your thoughts on this Kanye Christian album?
I'll go first. I really want to know what's actually going to happen with this album, because I've heard it's gospel based, and then you see all the reports coming out that Kanye's a newborn Christian, which good for Kanye. I'm very glad that Kanye is now religious and he is a child of God. That's really good for him. But looking at it from a critical and business standpoint, I don't know what it's going to do for his career, because then he goes out and speaks ill against rap music, like I said before, calling it the devil's music. I mean, that did not sit well with a lot of people, that he made millions of money off this. He built his clothing brand with Adidas off the music he made that was rap. It was in the rap genre. There's no denial of it. And then he comes out and goes, I want to quit rap music. This is the devil's music. I'm not doing it.
Well, I think part of it is a publicity thing.
You think
Would
it's
you
just
agree?
a whole shtick?
I don't think it's entirely. Like, I don't think he's faking his religion or anything. You know, like, good for Kanye. Like, you know, as Waynesburg University follows a Christian mission statement, you know, this is something that, you know, we like to see. And I mean, Kanye West, he's been in the news constantly, like with the whole Donald Trump. You know, he's Dragon Energy, my best friend. Like, it's a little, you know, he's getting popular, trending, as you would say.
Okay.
So I mean, this doesn't surprise me that he would come out now and say that, you know what, I'm going to do something completely different after the whole Trump and me thing kind of went down the, went
Yeah.
away. We can start, you know, going into this Christian music. And maybe he always wanted to do this, but he wanted to stay, you know, into the rap game. Maybe.
Yeah.
you
I
know,
think
wouldn't
he
you say?
said in like a 2013, 2015 interview, it was really obscure, that his whole plan was to popularize himself and then go into Christian secular music. Now, do I really think that was his plan all along? No, I don't at all. I mean, he's made money off of offensive and braggadocious lyrics, with hard-hitting bass and 808s behind him. Now that you say it, I can see it as a publicity stunt. I just want to know what he's actually going to do. Is it actually going to release? Because we're actually seeing a rollout now. He actually released, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, a trailer for the album that was a gospel choir singing behind Say You Will, which was the opening track of his 808s and Heartbreaks album in 2010. I want to say it was 2010. So we're seeing an actual rollout this time, opposed to the September 27th, and then Kim said, oh, it's going to be this weekend. He just had a few more things to touch up. We're actually seeing him saying, okay, I'm releasing this album. It's not from Kim, it's not from anyone he's worked with, it's him saying it at this point.
Rebecca, do you have any input on this?
Well, as someone who doesn't follow Kanye as
Okay.
much as you do,
yeah,
yes.
I'm fanatic.
Big
I'm
Kanye.
fanatic.
I hear his stuff on the radio, and the only input I really have on it is the song God's Plan, because it was so played on
Yeah.
the radio. So from an outsider looking in on that, it kind of makes sense that he would go from a song about God's plan for him into a gospel album.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he wanted to do it.
So, I mean, yeah, he has a song, I have some of the songs here, like Up From the Ashes, follow God, on God, water, Sunday, LA Monster, New Body, use this gospel. All these songs that have like some Christian metaphors, Jesus referencing God.
Yeah.
So and this was for Yandi. So it seems like this is something that he wanted to do for some time.
New Body, like you said, New Body was on Yandi, and it's actually the original. I listened to the leaks of Yandi, and New Body was actually about plastic surgery with Ty Dolla $ign and Nicki Minaj on it. So now that it's being put on a gospel album, I'm wondering if he just scrapped the whole thing and is just keeping the title and maybe the beat and changing the lyrics.
Right.
Or then you get the see into, oh, is this just a shtick? Is he just, I'm a Christian now just to sell albums and get get a little rise out of everyone.
Right. And I mean, the whole Kanye thing, we'll see when this actually comes out on Friday. But also in the news, we have Dennis Quaid, who will be in the movie Midway, that has been in trailers, have been in the movie theaters. He is getting married to a woman who is about 40 years younger than him. So how do you guys feel about this? What's your opinion?
I am a little shocked. She is 26 and he is 65.
Yeah.
It's
Good for him. Good for him.
I know. He's a player. This is his fourth one.
Yeah.
He's an old pro.
But you can't say that it's surprising, especially in the world of celebrities. This type of stuff happens. She is a PhD student at university, and if she's really into him or not is up to talk about, but he's got money. She's a university student that probably needs money.
Well, I actually looked this up a little bit. She is very distinguished. She's got, PhD. She's going for a PhD. She's not going to need Dennis Quaid coming down the line. She's got Instagram followers. She's got, she's like a certified yoga instructor, I think is one of the things she does. She was a valedictorian at Pepperdine University.
She's everything.
Yeah, she's she's insane. She's just so established. She's a girl of anyone's dreams. So why is she going to the 65-year-old if she probably doesn't need the money? Maybe she actually does love him. And maybe a guy with fame and all this stuff maybe can relate to someone like her who probably she has a lot as well. I mean, based on her accomplishments. She's, dated movie stars before, and she's beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful.
I haven't seen her.
Well, here's a picture of
Let
her
me
right
see
here
her.
if you want to see her. But, still. And Dennis Quaid,
I can see why Dennis is wants the merrier, yes.
Yeah, and it was a little quick too. It was about 3 months.
Oh.
Not 3, maybe 6 to 3. Not exactly sure the day that they went on their first date, but it was a month level. So based on that, it's a little surprising to me. But honestly, this guy, I mean, I don't blame him. But at the same time, I don't know. We'll see how this wedding turns out. Hopefully, it won't end up like his last three marriages. So we're gonna jump into our next topic here. We have the Coldplay album. I know you talked about that for your commentary. Just want to touch up on that for a little bit. I like Coldplay. I love this. I love their band. Love their music. So are you excited for this album?
I am excited for it because, like I said, other bands have done similar things, and they have succeeded,
right.
And the music comes out great. And I'm very excited to see why Coldplay is doing these cryptic messages now. Will it be a part of the album? Will there be a story outside of the album? Because that's what the other bands have done. 21 Pilots had a whole story about a civilization that was trying to kill creativity in artists, and that was what they considered trench. And it played into all of the concerts that they showed for the past 2 years. And I'm very excited to see if Coldplay is going to have a story similar to that, but at the same time it's concerning because people are already mad about the Chainsmokers copying one band. Will people be mad about Coldplay copying a band too?
Right, and Coldplay, they are very artistic, so this isn't out of the norm for something like that they would do. But yeah, and then Bryant, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
What do you? Are you really excited for this movie? Be honest.
Am I excited? Of course I'm excited for it.
Did you like episode 8?
I have a love-hate relationship with episode 8.
All right, I feel that.
There's things that I love the direction they went with it.
Yeah.
But there are also things where I'm like, why was that put into
That's
this
not
movie?
Star Wars like, is what I
It's not that it's not Star Wars like. I'm like, I don't understand why we needed it. Go back to like episode 1. Why did we need Jar Jar Binks?
Right.
And then I get to episode 8 and I'm like, why do I need Leia flying through space like Mary Poppins?
Right. That's not Star Wars like. That's not how the Force works, you know?
Yeah.
And I can go on for Star Wars forever.
Yeah.
But I was talking for a standalone movie. I thought The Last Jedi was really good. As a standalone movie,
okay.
Fans didn't like it, and I completely understand that. I'm a fan myself. The fan in me didn't like it as much as the movie critic in me liked it. So seeing Star Wars Episode 9, the teaser I was so excited about with the teaser.
Oh,
the
yeah.
teaser was great, but going to the full trailer, and then we saw the Disney Expo trailer where Rey comes out with a double lightsaber.
Yeah,
and
I
we're
forgot
all
about
like,
that.
whoa! But
we didn't see any of this trailer. I totally forgot about that.
And I feel like, and you can see there's a part in the trailer where Rey seems like she's being tempted by the dark side.
Yeah.
But it seems like there's a part 2 where it might just all be a vision. That might just be a vision of her. Because if you remember in Empire Strikes Back, Luke has his vision in Dagobah on the cave with Darth Vader, and he sees himself in Darth Vader's helmet, foreshadowing the temptation of the dark side. So I kind of think that's going to be the case with Rey. Unfortunately, I really want her to turn bad, but they're going to make it for the kids. They're going to make it family friendly. So we're not going to see any of that fun
I do
stuff.
have a little point about that, about the dark side Rey we see. In the original Star Wars trailer and the explanation they did, the D23, that was originally listed as a vision in the explanation of it on StarWars.com and then was taken out.
Well, I mean, we'll see the Star Wars trailer comes out in about, 2 months at this point?
2 months, December, yeah.
Very excited for that. However, we are going to conclude our episode of The Buzz here. That's all we have to talk about today. That's all the time that we have. So I'm Lachlan Loudon from Bryant Bauer and Rebecca Vaughn, and I keep on buzzing.
This has been a production of Waynesburg Community Television.